So hey guys, welcome to the YouTube channel, and this is in the midst of all the excitement and the suspense of building towards the new IPL season, the most cryptic way ever we have seen in the Chennai camp. MS Dhoni has resigned as a captain. The most cryptic and the most unfashionable way, and probably the most typical of MS doing this. We have seen it before, what he has done, and here again, he has done it again. And it has come at a very weird way, the most cryptic way of doing it, where the IPL, the official IPL page has posted a cryptic photo shoot of the captains, where it involved MS Dhoni, where it didn't involve MS Dhoni, it involved RUTURAJ Gaikwad. Then another tweet or another post that came saying that presenting you, in the caption says, presenting you CSK captain RUTURAJ Gaikwad. Then we were all watching, then we were just checking CSK's official handle and seeing whether there's any official confirmation. And after some time, the official confirmation has come through. And they officially announced that MS Dhoni has relinquished as a captain. RUTURAJ Gaikwad will take over from there. In the most dramatic of fashions, which is not the most surprising thing, yet it hurts because being a CSK fan as myself and as Ajit, it does hurt at the moment. So I will just directly ask this question to Ajit. What is your reaction to this news?
Very unexpected, in the sense that I would put it this way: like if you'd asked me, probably 10 months ago, maybe I would have predicted that this was going to happen because obviously it looked. I think that the 2023 finals looked a perfect. That was like a perfect send off for MS Dhoni as captain, especially the finals. That the way it turned out. And then fast forward now for a few months ago before the auction, no news or anything. It was just it was assuming that Dhoni was coming back as captain again. But now looking at this, it was like it was an expected one, but then it was like it's not happening. And now all of a sudden, out of nowhere, that he has officially given his resignation as captain, and now giving it to. Of course, we predicted that it was going to happen. Like Ruturaj Gaikwad was going to take over as captain. We've been saying that, and rightfully so. I think he deserved it, especially for a person who came out of nowhere. To be honest, I've never heard of Rutraj Gaikwad before 2020 IPL. That is not even before. And when he came as a middle order batsman, we were like, I don't think he's going to last that much longer. But once he was promoted up as an opener, and that's when him and Faf initially got there as that perfect combination. And last three matches of the 2020 IPL season proved out to be something special for Ruturaj Gaikwad. And then lo and behold, that the next season that started truly signaled the arrival of Gaikwad as a true match winner for CSK. And then he had one full season, was a stellar full season he had. And then again in 2023, like three consecutive stellar seasons that he had, and two IPL titles to his name. So once again, it's a huge congratulations to Gaikwad, and he deserves he deserves it. And also, we were able to get an eye on him as a captain in for the Maharashtra state team. That was something that we were always talking about. Why did Jaddu's captaincy failed? Partially, we would say it as CSK's inability to adapt to a new system, a new captaincy, and also the hardly we haven't heard anything about Jadeja as a captain as a whole. But this is not the case with Gaikwad. Gaikwad is well known as a phenomenal captain for Maharashtra cricket team, especially in the limited overs format, where he's been a stellar performer and a brilliant captain as well. So I think it was the right decision. Right decision as in to give it to him, but doing it this season tells something that I think they know something that we wouldn't, or I think it hasn't been confirmed yet that there would be a mega auction next season. So I think giving Gaikwad the captaincy right now would it's more or less testing waters for him because right now you could say that he's in the deep ocean. You would say that, but to me personally, he's not yet there. He's not into the not there deep into his tenure as captain yet because of course this is going to be his first season as captain. But this would test him out to see the test him out to get used to the pressure of being the captain of a big franchise and from there on see how the season would progress and go through the transition phase smoothly and prepare for the next season, that is because a mega auction is going to be there, a full rebuild, truly a new era for CSK is going to take place. They tried that in 2022 season. It did not pan out that well, but I hopefully this is something that CSK actually needed, to be honest with you, because I mean we both of us we know well about how we love CSK as a whole, and it's anything the CSK, the first name comes to mind is Dhoni. So it's we don't need to say the cliches, but we weren't thinking about what was going to be the future of CSK beyond Dhoni. Whether do we see anything beyond that? What is going to be there beyond Dhoni, and who's going to take over as captain and trying to steer the ship into a new era? Obviously, you're not going to get back the old era anyway. Again, I think it's over for now. But yeah, it's a bittersweet ending to what I say, a phenomenal legacy, a phenomenal tenure as captain. I mean, 17, 16 IPL seasons. I mean, 14 IPL seasons. If you look into Chennai Super Kings existence, if you uh, take the 2 seasons that they were
Without two
out of it
seasons,
because
two
of the
seasons
ban.
they were in there. Yeah.
So
Yes.
14 IPL seasons, 10 IPL finals, and 5 IPL trophies. I mean, and out of those 14 seasons CSK have played, they've only missed the playoffs only once. Only
Twice.
once. That was 2022. And twice. Sorry,
Twice.
twice. Correction,
Twice.
twice. In 2020 and 2022. It's only twice. So you're talking about a captain who's led his franchise to 12 seasons of playoff success, and 10 of them were in the finals and 5 IPL titles. And 3 of the last 4 IPL finals that CSK have been in, they've won the title. So, well, I mean, it's not just that. I mean, you could say that CSK's legacy, CSK's history as a whole, you could divide it into two halves. I'm mainly talking about what Dhoni's tenure as captain for CSK. You could split it in two halves where the one with pre, I would say like more pre-retire, I couldn't describe it, but let's say that pre-retirement from international cricket as a whole, maybe. I mean, even though he played till 2019, but I'm talking about the 2018 till 2023 and the
Pre-ban.
years before.
Pre-ban. You can let's
Yeah,
split it into
yeah,
pre-ban, post-ban.
yeah.
Yeah.
Much better. Yeah, thank you for that. So pre-ban, even though pre-ban, I mean CSK were already there in upper echelon of how elite of a franchise they are, and here them they were actually ahead of in terms of IPL titles. They had the most titles by then before Mumbai started to win. So by 2015, that was when the last season before the ban, that was so Mumbai and CSK had 2 titles. Then once the ban came in, that was where Mumbai Indians won another one to edge over them. But the 2018 comeback was the whole 2 year ban was so it felt too long. As a matter of fact, I felt like it was when we went through that time, that was way too longer than what it was because it was like IPL was still good. I'm not saying that it was bad without CSK, but it missed something. And then that was when 2018 comeback happened. That was when we knew that okay, now that IPL truly has now come back in its best form, I would say, with a franchise that historical franchise that CSK have been, to come back after that ban and to win the title immediately after comeback, that was something. So CSK after return, like after ban, once they returned, that's where I thought the franchise as a whole were elevated to another stratosphere. Three, like I mentioned, 3 IPL titles and 4 IPL finals appearances. The one you would have said that it could have been 4 if I mean the 2019
Yeah,
finals
yeah,
had gone on
the
the other way,
2019,
but
yes.
I mean
Yeah,
it would have been 6 IPL titles to Mumbai Indians 4. But
yeah, yeah,
anyhow, we're not gonna. I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, after ban, once CSK returned, that's where I thought CSK as a franchise was elevated to a whole new atmosphere. I would say a whole new stratosphere in terms of franchise cricket, franchisee teams all over the world. That's where CSK have elevated themselves. If you look at the other great franchises like Perth Scorchers, Sydney Sixers, or
Mumbai
JSK, some of the
Indians.
new ones, and Mumbai Indians, of course. That's where I thought like CSK elevated themselves to the greatest of all time status. But I mean, yeah, as someone like myself who has watched IPL since 2008, that's right. I've watched IPLs from the very first season. I've always said that to you, and so I mean, for audience who are going to watch this, I would say that 2008. No matter you ask me no matter how many other seasons would come in the future and how many other seasons were there before, always the first season has always been had a special place in my heart, and it will always be my favorite IPL season ever for the simple fact that the collection of talent that you had throughout the whole league, and to see a new tournament start with a bang. The first match, it was amazing, but the first match, RCB versus KKR, McCullum's 158 runs as an opener, and that really set a boom period. And then CSK were they first came in somewhere. That's where I was like, it was something new to me, and it took a bit of while for me to get used to it. But yeah, once I saw the collection of players for CSK in that season, like Muralidharan was there, Matthew Hayden, Mike Hussey, yeah, Stephen Fleming. That's right, Stephen Fleming, who is the current coach of CSK, was actually a player under Dhoni's captaincy. So that's something crazy to think about. That really goes to show the longevity of Dhoni. And then, of course, you had Muralidharan, you had Maka and Tini, you had so many other great players, and also some of the best players from Tamil Nadu, like Badrinath. Ashwin really was there. He actually signed a
Murli
contract in
Vijay,
2008. Murli Vijay, and even Aniruddha Srikanth himself also was there. So you had some good collection of
Lakshmipati
talent.
Balaji.
Yeah, of course, Lakshmipati Balaji. So you had those amazing players, the collection of players, and although CSK lost the final to Rajasthan Royals, which was also a nail biter of a finals, and that's where I thought, that's when I didn't realize, or I didn't know at the time, how a great connection that it was going to be. I mean, Dhoni being a captain for so long for CSK had, I mean, wow, it's all come down. It has all come down to this. Bittersweet ending. So it is what it is, and hopefully we're going to see something new in the new era of Gaikwad. But yeah, it's going to take a long time for us to get used to it, man. And again, so we'll see.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Actually, I mean, I feel say my reaction would be, I thought my thinking was that let MS Dhoni captain this team for this season, then retire, then give it to RUTURAJ guy, give him the clean slate so that he can build his team on his own. But the fact that they have done it this season uh, shows that uh, that they wanted to do it now itself, so that, as you rightly said, that the mega auction is coming up next year, as the BCCI has confirmed it. So they wanted to test the captaincy this year itself and see how well RUTURAJ Gaikwad has done, what RUTURAJ Gaikwad offers as a captain. I mean, there's no doubt about RUTURAJ Gaikwad as a captain. We've spoken about it with his stints with Maharashtra, Team India, winning the Commonwealth, Asian Games gold medal,
Yeah,
all that stuff.
the gold medal.
So, but then IPL is a different gravy of fish, man. IPL is the biggest tournament in the world, where you're playing probably the biggest franchise in the world under the greatest captain. So filling the boots is not going to be easy at all. No matter how qualify you as a captain, or how much of experience you have as a captain. Filling the boots of MS Dhoni is always going to be difficult. We've seen that with Jadeja, and he couldn't do it. I mean, maybe due to the presence of Dhoni, which has not enabled him to be the captain that he was, which has affected his performance. But then the good thing about RUTURAJ Gaikwad is that, as you said, that he has some experience as a captain, and I really hope that this time that they give him the full season, whether the season whether CSK doesn't qualify or not, it doesn't matter. At least give him that experience so that from next season onwards he could, you know,
I mean, they will
take the
qualify, bro.
control of his. Of course, they will qualify, but I'm just saying, qualifying. Look, bro, let's be honest, man. With Dhoni being as a captain, it gives us that 70-80% chance to qualify. But then now with Dhoni not being there as a captain, yes, he still has a role. Being, the presence in the field is still there. But then it's the time. But at the same time, it gives the opportunity for RUTURAJ Gaikwad to be groomed as a captain. With the help of Dhoni's presence, I believe it will be a smooth transition, and I hope they give him a longer rope. I hope they don't sack him in midway. They give him a longer rope, maybe 3 years. Give him some time, and yeah, I mean, being on the other side, it is a very emotional way of saying a goodbye, because I really remember the moment where the last year's finals when Jadeja hit the winning runs, and the way Dhoni hugged him, carried him, and you see the tears of Dhoni as a which you don't see at all. Dhoni is a very stoic
Yeah,
person. It doesn't show emotion, but then that moment signifies that maybe this could be the last of him as a captain, and it has probably shown. And what an amazing journey he has done, man. Like, almost 14 seasons of IPL, winning 5 trophies. Almost every season, CSK has qualified for the playoffs. Captaining at different periods of time, different eras. We've seen from the start to the end. We've seen the different eras he has captained, and that shows the longevity and the hunger that man has got, and the fitness he has got, and he still looks fit. I mean, if you ask me, he can still play for another 3 seasons. But then we have to look at the reality, man. Like, how long will he be able to sustain himself? Because there's an age factor, and also there's also a transition that needs to be made, and that I think they've made this decision this year itself. Give up the captaincy, give it to RUTURAJ, groom him, so that they could so that they could groom him as a captain, and let's see how it goes. So, I mean, all I could say is that it's the bittersweet ending of the journey. We grew up watching Dhoni as a player, as a captain. It's kind of, it hasn't sunk in yet. I must say, because when I got the when we got the news, it feels different, mixed of emotion. It wasn't surprising because how Dhoni does. He just out of nowhere he just announces such news, but then at the same time, uh, it's so sudden that you feel you miss someone, because you miss someone who you watch so much. But at the same time, I feel it was needed. At the same, you need to look at the future. You need to look at the for the betterment of the franchise, that they need to look at a future captain. And I mean, if you look at the options in CSK, there's only one, which is RUTURAJ Gaikwad, because you can't go with Ravindra Jadeja. We've seen what happened. Ajinkya Rahane is not getting any younger. Moeen Ali is also not getting any younger at all. So I think looking at the options, it is only RUTURAJ Gaikwad. So I must say that, I mean, they have done that's the only option that they've done, and I hope they stick with him, and let's see how it goes. I mean, he may not be, he may,
I mean,
you have to, I mean, they will stick with him, and let's not expect him to be the next Dhoni, or let's not expect him to get instant success. Let's give him time. Let's support him. Make sure that let him come on his own, so that once he's ready, he can start dominating the next era of CSK.
yeah.
So But the only thing the only thing I miss Dhoni is not the captaincy part, but the toss and the post match presentations, the interviews which he gives, man. Like
Yeah,
it's so
of
joy,
course.
it's so joy, it's so joyful to hear, man. And man, I mean, I miss that because I literally watch just for his interviews, for his post match toss and all. I just it's so joyful to me, and that's something I miss. I mean, I wish this season either Harsha Bogle or Danny Morrison ask him this question: will it be your last year or not? I mean, this season we may not get. It's so weird to see him not being there in the toss. But anyway,
Yep.
man, it's such an amazing journey, filled with memories. But then let's hope the next era of CSK would be as brighter as it was.
Um, well, just wanted to point this out that when Jadeja took over as captain, that was when that happened immediately after the mega auction. So I think that was where it was a bit of a problem. Where even though Dhoni was still there, but they were getting their combinations correct. It was pretty much a brand new team altogether if you look at it. So that's where I think maybe that's where the rebuilding kind of faltered. But again, what happened was happened, and yeah, I think giving it to Gaikwad, like we mentioned, it was the best decision that they could do, and hopefully they'll stick to him. But yeah, I mean, it is. I still remember to the day, like all the great moments that he had in IPL, especially the one he won the match against Punjab in 2010. That that very bad start
Dharamshala.
to IPL. Yeah, in Dharamshala, the a very bad start to the season they had. They won like two out of their first seven matches, and then from there on to not only make it to the top three, but also to get to the finals and win it all. And that peak moment of the season was Dhoni's match-winning knock against Punjab and showing that rare emotion of absolute
I'll
anger
tell you
and
what. Just to
celebration.
I would say that I feel that kind of kick started the era of CSK. If I must say, yes, before that they
Yeah,
have qualified for the finals and semi-finals also the next season, but then they were not winning the trophies. But that moment, that famous Dhoni knock, if it wasn't for if CSK if he hasn't played that knock, CSK would have been eliminated. So
yeah,
the very fact that he played this in the very fact that he played a blinder of an innings, making sure CSK qualifies, I feel that has cemented, started the legacy of the legendary
yep.
campaign or the legendary legacy that Dhoni has cemented for himself. And you can continue your point.
I mean, yeah, that was the thing I wanted to say. Even I watched that match. It was I remember watching it live on television. Yeah, it was again a very surreal moment to be honest. And after that, he had a lot of other great moments. Of course, winning IPL titles, you can pick any one of them. It's still really great. And me personally, I would say the one that they won it last year. That was, I think, the best one because they won it out of nowhere, and it was an impossible, almost near impossible chase, and then to win it all, that was special. Or you could put in the first one, of course, in 2010 against Mumbai Indians. That was also a great one. And of course, the comeback season 2018. That those you can pick any one of the five, but for me, these three would be right up there with my favorites. Yeah, I would say that. Even though I still remember, like I couldn't even digest when I was first watching IPL in 2008. Even I was like, "Oh, Dhoni's playing for Chennai. Oh, what is it?" Even back then, I didn't understand the whole IPL concept. I was like, back then, it was all the 2008 season where you had pretty much every icon player. That is, I mean, they had that whole icon player theory where you had players from their own state or their own city repping for that franchise. For example, Dravid and Kumble were there for Bangalore. Ganguly was playing for Kolkata. Sehwag and
Sehwag
Gambhir
for
for
Delhi.
Delhi. Sehwag and Gambhir, both of them. Sehwag and Gambhir for Delhi. VVS Lakshman was there for Deccan Chargers. And although Rohit Sharma was not there in Mumbai, he was in Deccan Chargers. But then for Mumbai, he had Sachin Tendulkar,
Yuvraj Singh, Yuvraj Singh for
Yuvraj Singh
Punjab,
for Punjab, Yuvraj Singh for Punjab.
Ganguly,
So
Ganguly,
Ganguly for
Ganguly
KKR.
for
KKR.
Sachin for Mumbai.
So that was there. But I was like, oh, Dhoni. I didn't know that. I was like, oh, is Dhoni from Chennai? I'm like, I mean, I was like, what, 2008 when I was like probably I probably was like 8, 9 years old when I was watching the first season, so I had no idea about that. Even though I was watching cricket, I was already a junkie by then. So you could imagine that how big of a junkie I was in 2008, a cricket junkie back then. But still, I was like, yeah, it took a long time for it took a while for me to get that IPL concept in, but that was when I thought, CSK were so different in a way that, that franchise was so great because you would know, and especially I would remember very well. I mean, it's weird that how I'm here in Australia, but back then I was like, oh, I did not like the Australian cricket team back then in 2007 or 8 because that was when that peak Australian team was still there, even though not everybody were not playing there. McGrath and Vaughan were retired after like 2006 or like that. So but after that, you still had some good players. Australia were still very strong. And especially, I was not a big fan of Hayden, to be honest. I was like, oh, just get this guy out, man. Yeah, otherwise, he'll just take over the match and, India will lose the match. Matthew Hayden was there, and then another one, Mike Hussey was there. He was also another annoying batsman. When those two were there, I was like, oh, India, all of them, like, gali. That's what I was thinking. But then to see Mike Hussey and Hayden play for CSK, and then you had some great players like I mentioned before, Makai Intini, uh, and then Muralidharan was there.
Stephen Fleming,
Yeah, Stephen
Jacob
Fleming, of course, Jacob Oram. So you had so many players then, and that's where I was like, okay, CSK was so different, and I was like, I like CSK from the moment when I saw them play against that the match they played against Punjab in 2008 where they scored like around 240 or something in that match where Hussey scored 100. I still remember that
yeah,
match when I was a very young kid. I was watching with my family and all that, so it was still amazing to see. And Punjab, they were also batting really well. They were also chasing the target a little well, to be honest, even then. And again, CSK managed to win that game, but Hasi was playing well. Hayden didn't play a lot of 2008 season, but he came the next year and he was there throughout the whole season and he won the orange cap actually in
he won
2009.
the
He would have
orange
won
cap.
it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He won the orange cap.
But in 2008, he didn't play a lot of games. But I still remember Hayden playing for the first time in IPL for CSK. That was so special. And yeah, man, it was like I said, season one when it all happened when it started. Oh, that was when nobody thought that how big of a tournament that it would be. But I don't think Dhoni would have been become the cult figure that he is today if it wasn't for IPL. If I'm very honest with you. Um,
Yeah,
I think that
that's what I was about to come.
him as pardon.
That's what I was about to come. Like, if it wasn't for, see, before 2007 World Cup, he was famous. But then IPL and CSK has elevated him into a godlike figure, man. Like, it was like unexpected romance, man. Dhoni was from a very rural type of place, Ranchi, which is not a very famous place for a lot of people. And him and CSK, that unexpected arranged marriage, if you can say,
That connection,
has become
that
that connection. It is so such a beautiful thing. It's one of the most the beautiful romances you ever seen in IPL. In fact, the biggest, because
yep,
you never seen such a beautiful romance. The fans, like among like us, has adored him like anything. Wherever he goes, it was full of yellow, and the kind of love he gets is amazing. It was almost equal to what Sachin has got throughout his career. And in fact, that kind of, in fact, the only comparable connection could at least get is Virat and RCB.
yeah,
But then, Dhoni and Chennai is such a deep connection.
yep,
Which it's such an amazing connection we've ever seen. It's such an unexpected connection. And The kind of memories he has given for the fans is such an amazing thing. And it's not just that he stayed loyal for CSK. He stayed put with CSK for so many years, and he even uh, after the 2021 title win, he said that in the famous felicitation when he met the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, N. Srinivasan, and all after the title, when he says that my last game for CSK would be in Chennai, and I think most likely it could be this year because this year we might get a finals in Chennai, most likely. And I
Yep.
don't know whether we see CSK qualify or not. That's a question that we yet to see. I hope CSK will qualify because the team is still strong at this point. This team is so strong. But then, do we see Dhoni playing his last game in Chepauk? We shall find out because the venues has not been announced yet for the rest of the IPL because of the elections coming up. Now the dates have come out. I think they will soon announce the the rest of the schedule. So we might see that. We might see him playing his last game in yellow, and that that would be a fitting way of saying goodbye. Hoping the better way of saying goodbye to him is to win the title, which could be very hard. I'll be honest,
Yeah, it is.
because it'll be very hard because I mean, like with Dhoni not being captain, it reduces the chance of winning the title itself. Because with Dhoni is there, you at least sure that you at least get to finals. Forget the players, you at least gets to finals. It's almost like whenever CSK reaches the finals, it's like CSK versus the rest of the teams. That's how it is. That's how it has always been.
Yeah, of
And
course.
the main factor behind it is Dhoni's presence, his captaincy, his batting, his keeping. The package which he offers to the team is immense. The word Dhoni itself will shiver every team. It adds so much psychological pressure to the opposition.
Yeah.
Whether you play in Bangalore, whether you play in Kolkata, whether you play in Delhi, 90% of the people will dress in yellow, and that will put entire pressure on the opposition, and it'll be a morale boost fan for CSK itself. It's like every game you play, every away game is like a home game. That's the
That is true.
level of that is the level of fan base he has got. So that is the big advantage CSK has got, in my opinion. What do you think?
That is true. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing much to say about it. I mean, we keep repeating the same thing, but anyway, I mean, it is what it is, and truly, it's the end of an era that the IPL we've known. I think it's going to be a new era of IPL as a whole because now you see Virat Kohli is not the captain of RCB anymore. Rohit Sharma is
Rohit
not the
Sharma
captain
not.
of Mumbai Indians anymore, and now you're saying Dhoni not being the captain of CSK anymore. So I think truly we are in the new era of IPL. I think the IPL that we've known, the IPL I've known since 2008, I think is over. I mean, it was already over like once the CSK and RR ban took place, but I think this truly is the end of the era that the IPL that I have known for so many years and you've known for so many years as well. I think it is what it is, and hopefully I expect a great match tomorrow, CSK versus RCB.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
going to be a very good contest.
yeah, yeah. Before we go there, I want to ask you a question. What is your top three of Dhoni knock? Best innings of Dhoni, top three. You don't have to mention one. I'm giving you the top three.
Hmm. No particular order, but I'll just go with the three that I like the
Yeah,
most.
no problem. No problem.
The one, obviously, the one with the Dharamshala one, Punjab versus CSK, of course, that iconic moment. Um,
Yes.
the other one would be, even though they didn't win the match, but CSK versus RCB 2019, almost winning a game in the last over, hitting. 24 of the 26 runs to finish. I mean, he had like what 25 runs in the last over with 26 requiring. Again, he was destroying Umesh Yadav. That would be the one. And anything else? It's so hard to pick, bro. I mean, who?
Any more else from RCB? 2018 is there. Then you
Even
got
2018, I wanted to say that. I wanted to say that the one in 2018 was the one. But yeah, man, I mean that to me like the three of my favorite knocks from Dhoni, or the other one, the one against Punjab again in 2018 in Mohali.
yeah,
He
yeah,
almost
yeah,
won
yeah,
the
yeah,
game
yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
could pick that as well. So I think yeah, these are like if you want me to select the few best ones, I think those to me stand out the best for me.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's more or less same for me also. But those are the ones, the iconic Kings of Punjab and Dharamshala. That was iconic one. The the 26 runs thing, he scored 84, where CSK couldn't win. I mean, I got roasted after the next day where some of the RCB fans literally roasted me saying they can't score one run, but that's a different matter.
Well, we'll
But
finish this segment and we'll have a separate roast battle now. I mean, let's
yeah,
do
yeah,
it
yeah,
right
yeah.
now since we are going to have the
Yeah, yeah,
match tomorrow.
yeah. We'll come to that. And you mentioned the 70 against CSK. Sorry, what else? 70 against RCB. Then there are quite a few I remember. Like he scored 60 odd runs against SRH in
Yeah.
2013 at Chepauk.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Yep.
then he scored uh, 48 runs against Pune Warriors in Pune. That was a quick fire cameo. I remember 2013. And
Mm-hmm. I remember
the
that.
other
Yeah,
man,
yeah, yeah.
it's so many memories, man. I mean, with the kind of batsman, man, he's such a deadly batsman, man. And he has the best strike rate and most number of sixers the last what 4 5 overs. That makes him the most lethal finisher the IPL has ever seen. So yeah, before we go into the preview of the tomorrow's game, what's your favorite? What's your all-time favorite MS Dhoni moment as a captain? All-time moment as a captain, just one.
One, uh, I would go with the 2023. I think that was like the probably we might have not known at the time, or but the way it all ended in 2023 and that emotion that he showed. I think maybe I thought it was just out of pure emotion, but little did we know that I think he was planning it all along, or we don't know. I mean that we wouldn't have any idea of what he thinks, but I
Nobody
think the
can read him, man.
2023 was like
Let's one thing we have to make it clear. Nobody can read him, man. Not even
yeah,
the
that is true.
CIA or not even Sherlock Holmes can read him. Man. That's how secretive Dhoni is. That's how private he is.
Yeah, that's true. So I think the one I think the last year finals just was like the perfect send off to a historical legacy of a captaincy he had. I think that would be the all time moment. I think the how it all
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
right now as we speak as all how his captaincy ended. So that's what I think is the best moment.
Yeah, I mean, same. And I can mention two more of the 2010 finals where uh, Dhoni has put Matthew Hayden a straight mid off, and at that time
Mm.
Pollard was so dangerous, and he was the only threat to CSK. He was the threat for CSK, and the way
Oh,
Pollard hit the straight shot, Matthew Hayden caught the
yeah.
ball. That was a next level captaincy, and another one was I mentioned two. I'll mention two more. Was the 2018 versus Punjab where CSK lost 3 wickets and suddenly he sent Harbhajan and Deepak Char up just to create chaos, as MS Dhoni has mentioned in the post-match presentation, to create chaos. That was one moment, and another one was I think in one of the seasons where same with Pollard send he sent Shivam Dubey in the straight long on just before beside the side screen. Teacher bowled a rubbish delivery. Pollard just smashed straight. Pollard knew that okay, the fielder was there. He as soon as he hit the ball, Pollard just went off. And he knew for the fact that he made a mistake and Shivam Dubey got it. So that's another moment of Dhoni's captaincy.
Yeah,
I feel that many, and then many more are there. I mean, not to forget his stumpings itself. I mean, nobody talks about his keeping as much as we know. So, I mean, that's so. These are the moments I mentioned
yeah, that is
as a
true.
captain. I mean, so he has made some amazing decisions. Promoting youngsters, giving them chances. Like Watson, for an example, where he was out of form, but then in the finals, he almost won the cup with one leg. That shows the kind of
Watson,
faith he's
Shane
shown.
Watson. Yeah,
Yes, and he has another lot of players, and those players have become match winners. Whether it is Ashwin, Ravindra Jadeja, RUTURAJ Gaikwad at the moment, Deepak Chahar, Shardul Thakur. So there are many
so many
more,
of them.
many players here. So many of them. He has made even Faf du Plessis. He was an unknown in international cricket. Suddenly he
Yeah,
picked him out of nowhere. He's probably one of the best, one of the greats of the game, one of the greats of the IPL. So there are many more of them, man. I mean, all I could say is thank you so much for all the memories, for making our childhood amazing and beautiful. We miss you as a
yeah,
captain. We miss you as a captain. We miss your post-match presentation, your toss, your funny and witty replies, the insights of the game, and we just miss that. That's one thing I could say. Just thank you so much, and
yeah,
we don't know whether you will retire or not. That's a different question. But hoping you give us plenty more to smile for this season. And also, all I can say that. Uh, Moving on for tomorrow's game, which is the big game, first game,
mm.
CSK versus RCB at Chepauk. Uh,
Ooh,
just before we come to the game, let's not forget the fact that RCB women's team has won the WPL. That is that is the first ever title they've ever won as a franchise in 16 years. That's ever first ever title, and it has caused chaos in the internet, man. And there are so many trolls saying that the men's team can't even win the title within 16 years. The women's team within 2 seasons has won the title. Uh, but all I could say is just congratulations for the RCB women's team. First of all, Elise Perry has been amazing. Smriti Mandhana has been brilliant. The other players have done really well. I feel that would motivate the men's team to go further than that. But I don't care about RCB men's team at all because we are talking about CSK and we are the CSK supporters. And I want CSK to win and destroy them. I want the
of
CSK
course.
to win. I want the CSK to win them so that the hype of the WPL win will die down quickly and we'll go back to the default mode that RCB suck as a franchise. So
Yeah,
that's much I'll say. So, but I feel okay. Looking at the playing 11, we must address the concerns that Devon Conway is injured. Patira just saw the news has come out that he's missing out the first half of the first couple of games of the IPL. And now I don't know about Mustafiz Revan whether he'll be fit or not. That's a big question mark. So, what do you think about the game tomorrow?
என்ன சொல்றதுக்கு? அதுதான் சேப்பாக்ல தானே நடக்க போறது. திருப்புலி ஏதாவது குடுப்பானுங்க, வருவானுங்க. பால் வந்து மெரினா பீச்ல தேட மாட்டானுங்க. திரும்பி வீட்ல போய் பெங்களூர்ல போய் தான் தேட போறானுங்க. அங்கேயும் இங்கேயும் அலைய போறானுங்க. இல்லாட்டி அரேபியன் சீல தான் போய் தேடணும். இந்த திருப்புளி எல்லாம் குடுத்தேன்னா, அப்படியே இங்க வரும். ரைட்ல இருந்து லெஃப்ட்க்கு அப்படியே சர்ருன்னு திரும்பும். இல்ல முஸ்தபிசர் ஒரு வேளை நாளைக்கு விளையாடுறான்னா, அவன் போடுற கட்டர்லாம் இருக்கும். அடிக்கவே முடியாது உன்னால. அதான் சொல்றேன். கண்ணும் தெரியாம அப்படியே டப்ஜாவா அப்படியே சுத்த போறானுங்க எல்லாம். பால் எங்க? ஐயய்யோ! பால காணோம். எங்கடா போச்சு? அப்படின்னு தேட போறானுங்க அந்த திருப்புலியில. பார்க்கலாம். இதுதான் சொல்லணும். வேற என்ன?
Of
பார்ப்போம்.
course.
I mean, I'm not.
Tirupuli, Karambuli.
I mean, it's not that it happens every time because we've seen CSK versus RCB matches which have ended in high scoring matches also. So the one
But that's most
in
likely,
2011.
that mostly happens in Bangalore.
இல்ல
Rarely
ராஜ்,
happens in Bangalore.
சேப்பாக்ல நடந்தது. The one I'm talking about in 2011, the one that happened in Chepauk. Um, CSK were
2012, that
chasing
Albi
200.
Mokal. Yeah, that
Yeah,
Albi Mokal thing. Yeah.
yeah.
But that was, but
Guess who was bowling the 19th over where you needed 43? You needed
of
43
course,
runs in the last 2 overs, and who was bowling the 19th over?
let's not mention. We all know what it is, so there's no point of mentioning about his name. But then I don't think he's going to bowl any. I don't think he's ever going to bowl in Chepauk. Even if Albi Mokal is not, I don't think Virat Kohli will ever bowl in his IPL career.
அதுதான் அதுதான் சொல்றேன். அது
Yeah,
they didn't win a match in Chepauk since the first season of IPL. So,
first season, yes. Yeah.
so
No,
I
but
think
if you look at the playing 11, I feel. I mean, you don't have to mention ones. I'll name my playing 11. I'll say Rachin Ravindra, RUTURAJ Gaikwad, the captain, which is weird to say. RUTURAJ Gaikwad the captain. Ajinkya Rahane, Daryl Mitchell, Shivam Dubey, then MS Dhoni, Ravindra
Jadeja,
Jadeja, Shardul Thakur, Deepak Chahar, Tikshana,
of course.
then either it would be Mustafizur Rahman or maybe Moin Ali, and the impact sub would be Tushar Deshpande or Mukesh Chawatri. Either one of them would come. So
I think it would be
that's the play.
Tushar Deshpande. I think it would be Tushar Deshpande because he picked up.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, he was the leading wicket taker for CSK last season.
Yeah, he was the leading wicketer for CSK. That's true. 21 wickets, I believe. So I think that's the playing level. I believe that's go with any changes in that playing 11.
I think it's the same. Maybe there is a chance that depending on the pitch, they might bring in Santner if Mustafizur is not fit. But I mean, depending on the pitch in the sense if it's a turner, நான் சொன்ன மாதிரி ஒரு மகா திருப்புலியை கொடுத்து விட்டான்னு வச்சுக்கோயேன், எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு சாண்ட்னர் வரதுக்கு சான்ஸ் நிறைய இருக்கு. பட் சி திருப்புலி கொடுக்குறாங்களோ இல்லையோ, சிஎஸ்கே ஆல்ரெடி பை டிஃபால்ட் தே ஆல்ரெடி ஹேவ் ஸ்பின்னர்ஸ். லெட்ஸ் பி ஆனஸ்ட். அங்க
நிறைய ஸ்பின்னர்ஸ்
சின்ரவிந்திரா
இருக்காங்க.
வேற இருக்கான் ஸ்பின்னரா. இது பத்தாததுக்கு வேற அதுக்கப்புறம் வேற ஜடேஜா இருக்கான், அதுக்கப்புறம்
ப்ரோ
தீக்ஷனா வேற இருக்கான்.
ப்ரோ பெங்களூர் பார்த்தான்னா if you mention a playing 11, I'll mention the playing 11 now itself. 5 Virat Kohli, number 3 Padidar, number 4 Black Maxwell, number 5 Cameron Green, number 6 Dinesh Karthik, number 7 Anuj Rawal, number 8 Mohammad Siraj, number 9 Karan Sharma, number 10 Akash Deep, number 11 யாரு Caribbean King. I'll say that Caribbean King பொட்டு குசு போடுவான் அந்த bowler Alzari Joseph. ப்ரோ
இல்ல
இதனோட ப்ரோ அவள்கிட்ட ஸ்பின்னரே இல்லடா. அவள்கிட்ட ப்ராப்பர் ஸ்பின்னரே இல்லடா. டேய் we are playing
I
in
think
J-pop.
yeah, I think you make your point, go ahead and then I'll say it.
Bro,
Go
bro,
ahead, go
when
ahead,
you
go ahead.
they
Sorry.
don't have they gave up. They let go of Hasaranga. They let go of Yuzvendra Chahal, which is a very public known story. அது சொல்றதுக்கு தேவையே இல்ல. Then they only have this Karan Sharma. They have this guy called Mayank Daga. They got traded with SRH. Some guy
And also
called Himanshu Sharma.
Himanshu Sharma and
Himanshu.
Sachin Singh.
So I think Himanshu Sharma. I mean, maybe he could be the wild card selection that RCB could play with, or as
Impact sub, impact sub,
P-Dog,
impact sub.
as impacts up, or instead of playing the overseas fast bowlers, they could play Will Jacks. And I think that could be
Yeah,
a better combination. That could be a better
according to
combination.
what P-Dog Speaks has said, or if you want to,
Yes.
that real name is Prasanna.
Yes.
So
Prasanna,
yeah,
yes.
okay. So if I want to really give a comment on this, I think instead of Anuj Rawat, they might try with Suyash Prabhudesai or Mahipal Lumlor. Yeah, I mean, look, RCB that what they have known to do, they obviously do not make the obvious choices, and sometimes they go with the one they know, like, oh, we want to fit in. We bought them for that much amount of money, so and so. We have to make them play because அவ்வளோ காசு கொடுத்துட்டு அப்புறம் விளையாடலன்னா என்ன யூஸ்ன்னு அப்படின்னு they'll think. They don't have the guts to, say like, okay, even though we bought for you for 11 crores, or I don't care if we bought you for even for 20 crores also. If we are not able to get the combination right, if you are not fitting in the combination, we won't let you play. That's exactly what CSK did with Stokes because, I mean, they bought him for 15 crores and he played like what, just 2 matches in the season and he got injured. And
Yeah,
even
yeah.
though he was fit after for a while, and once the combination was
See,
set, I
I'll tell
mean,
you what.
Stokes didn't play. Yeah, I'll finish this. I'll finish this.
Yeah,
But
finish
I'll
up.
say this. Will Jacks in for in the opening combination with Faf, Virat Kohli at 3, Patidar at 4. So basically, your batting order will, it will strengthen a bit more, but at the same time, another bowling option. So you have another spinner with you in Will Jacks. So you have Will Jacks, you have Glenn Maxwell, who I think Maxwell might be used as a frontline spinner by default for now. That is,
And
unless
he
if
plays a
they
huge role. He's
exactly.
so important. He's so important to this team that it's not just his batting, but his bowling also. And he's been bowling 4 overs. He's become a legitimate spinner itself.
Yeah.
So
So you have Maxwell in there. I think there's a possibility that they might go with him as the frontline spinner because with the sheer experience that he has, probably you
yeah,
will have Himanshu Sharma or Swapnil Singh, any one of those young spinners, they might be given a go. So that's where I think, and of course, look, they've gone with the same theory again and again. Make your batting stronger, and don't care about bowling. I mean, even though they bought Lockie Ferguson, they've got Yash Dayal,
they got
Alzari
basket.
Joseph,
They got hundreds of
and
fast bowlers. They
Wari
got
Waller.
hundreds of
அப்புறம் வாரி வள்ளர்
whatever,
டாம்கர்
whatever.
டாம்கரன்
Tonker,
வாரி வள்ளர் ஷோ ஷாட் 55 ரன்
bro.
ஷோர் 4 overs. ஐயோ
Fixed
ப்ரோ,
deposit, bro. 12.
அதுதான் பிக்சட் டெபாசிட். அதேதான் நானும் சொல்ல வந்தேன். அண்ட் தென் பாக்யராஜ் வேற வந்திருக்காரு உள்ள. வெள்ளை கலர்ல ஒருத்தன் இருப்பான் பாக்யராஜ். ஐ மீன், டு யூ அண்டர்ஸ்டாண்ட் ஹூ ஐம் டாக்கிங் அபவுட்?
Restocking.
அததான் அததான் பாக்யராஜ்னு சொன்னேன். பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் ரெஃபரன்ஸ் ஃப்ரம்
Bell
சிக்கி சிக்கன்
bottom,
பீடா
bell
டிடியோ.
bottom, bell bottom,
பெல் பாட்டம் பேண்ட்
bell
போட்டுக்கிட்டு
bottom,
டார்லிங் டார்லிங்
bell
டார்லிங்
bottom.
டார்லிங் படத்துல பாக்யராஜ் மாதிரி ஓடி வருவான். அததான் அவனை பார்த்து பாக்யராஜ். ஏய், இனிமே ரீஸ்டாப்ல இல்ல, பேர்ல தான் டாப், மத்தபடி டம்மி.
Hey,
மத்தபடி எல்லாமே
bro,
ஒண்ணும் இல்ல.
bro,
அதனால நான்
bro.
பாக்யராஜ் தான் கூட போறேன்.
Bro,
நான் ரீஸ்டாப்ல இனிமே பாக்யராஜ் தான் கூப்பிடுறேன். சரி,
bro,
இரு
அந்த
இரு சொல்லிடுறேன்
பாக்யராஜ்
சொல்றேன். இன்னும் இருக்கு. இப்பதான் எனக்கு ஃப்ளோ வருது. இனிமேதான் ஓட்ட போறேன். அதுதான் பேர்ல தான் டாப்பு, மத்தபடி பார்த்தா எல்லாம் பெல் பாட்டம் பேண்ட் தான். அப்படியே போட்டு வந்து அப்படியே ஓடி வருவான். போலிங் ஆக்ஷன் காமெடியா இருக்கும். எனக்கு இது வரைக்கும் புரியவே இல்ல. அவன் போலிங் பார்த்தாலே எனக்கு என்னடா இவன் போலரா இல்ல என்ன ஜோக்கர், அவன் என்ன போலிங் போடுறான் எனக்கு ஒண்ணுமே புரியல. ஆக்ஷனே ஒரு மாதிரி காமெடியா இருக்கும். நான் இங்கிலாந்துல இருந்தெல்லாம் விளையாடும் போதெல்லாம், ஐ மீன், ஐம் டாக்கிங் அபவுட் ரீஸ்டாப்லி பிளேயிங் ஃபார் இங்கிலாந்து, ஐ வுட் வாட்ச் இஸ் bowling action sometimes. லைக், என்ன இவன் இப்படி காமெடியா போலிங் போடுறான், இவன் பார்த்தாலே பயமே இல்லையே. இவனை போய் வந்து இந்தியா எதுக்கு இவனுக்கு போயிட்டு 6 விக்கெட் இவன் எப்படி எடுத்தானே எனக்கு புரியவே இல்லை அந்த ஓடிஐ மேட்ச்ல இந்தியா அகேன்ஸ்ட். எனக்கு அது ஏதோ ஒண்ணு. அததான் சொல்றேன், பெல்
bro,
பாட்டம் பேண்ட் போட்டுக்கிட்டே
bro,
அப்படியே
bro,
வருவான் அவன். அந்த
bro,
ஆர்சிபி
bro.
பேண்ட் தான்
அதிகமா
பெல் பாட்டம் பேண்டா தான் இருக்கும். இரு சொல்றேன். அந்த ஆர்சிபி ஜெர்சி, அந்த ஆர்சிபி ஜெர்சி பாத்தியாடா, கன்றாவியா இருக்குடா.
நான் அதான் டேய், டேய், அதான் நான் மென்ஷன் பண்ண போறேடா. அந்த ஆர்சிபியோட ஜெர்சி பார்த்தா அவளாம் மும்பை இந்தியன்ஸ் அண்ட் கிங்ஸ் அண்ட் பஞ்சாப் மிக்சர் மாதிரி கம்பைன்
பஞ்சாப்
பண்ணாடா.
கிங்ஸ் மாதிரி, பஞ்சாப் கிங்ஸ் அந்த
ப்ரோ, அது
ஜெர்சிய
அசிங்கமா இருக்குடா.
அசிங்கமா
அசிங்கமா
இருக்குடா அது.
இருக்குடா.
டேய், என்ன ஜெர்சிடா அது?
It doesn't look good, bro. And one more thing I want to mention, bro. Alzari Joseph, bro. Alzari Joseph in shape of, no, வாழோர் அடிப்பாண்டா. அந்த ரச்சின் ரவீந்திரா, ருத்துராஜ் அவங்களாம் அடிப்பாண்டா. And in
நோ கமெண்ட்ஸ்.
Bangalore,
சிம்பிளி வெஸ்ட். நோ
simply
கமெண்ட்ஸ்.
waste.
சிம்பிளி
In
வெஸ்ட்.
in in Bangalore, ஒரு வாங்கடே ஷார்ட் பால் போட்டா அப்படி இப்படி அடிப்பாடா. இங்க பால் அரேபியன் சி, இங்கே பால் பெசிபிக் ஓஷன், இங்கே பால் மரீனா பீச், எங்கேயோ அடிப்பாடா பேட்ஸ்மேன், ப்ரோ. ஹீஸ் ப்ரோ. And the worst of all, yesterday, அதுக்கு மேல I don't have to mention much. Whenever he hears Rinku Singh and all, he'll just go off.
5 crores.
5 crores. Yeah, bro. I mean, 5 crores for that guy, man. Seriously. I mean, look, I would like to see him. Bro, I mean,
5 கோடி நீ 5 கோடி கொடுத்து வாங்கினாலும் பரவாயில்ல. ஓகே, ஈடன் கார்டன்ஸ்ல போய் விளையாடும் போது இங்க வராம ரிக்கு வராம ரிக்குவா ஐயோ ஓடி
bro, seriously, bro.
அது அடிச்சதே வந்து மொட்டேரா ஸ்டேடியம்ல தான்டா அடிச்சான் ரிங்கு சிங். ஈடன் கார்டன் கூட இல்லடா. இவன் போடுற போலிங் எல்லாம் ஈடன் கார்டன்ஸ்ல எல்லாம் போட்டான்னு வையே 4-5 பால் புது பால் தான் வந்துட்டே இருக்கும் அவன் போடுற போலிங்.
மொட்டேரா ஸ்டேடியம்ல நரேந்திர மோடி ஸ்டேடியம்ல பெருசா கிரவுண்ட்ரா. அவ வேற ரன்ஸ் கொடுத்தா
மொட்டேரால தான் நான் நரேந்திர மோடி ஸ்டேடியம்
பெரிய கிரவுண்ட் வச்சு பெரிய பெரிய கிரவுண்ட் வச்சு நல்லா பவுலிங் பண்ண முடியலடா. Imagine if he bowls in Bangalore, bro. It's a graveyard for bowlers, and the only bowler who is
அதான்டா
able
பண்ண
to
போறானுங்க
do
இவனுங்க. இததான்
the
சொல்றேன்
only
நானு.
yeah,
bowler
and the only bowler who was able to do well in Bangalore is Yuzvendra Chahal, and that like an idiot they let go of him. I still understand till date that auction price which Rajasthan Royals has bought is pretty less. They could have easily bought him back. And instead of that, they went for players which I never understand for till date.
யாரெல்லாம் விட்டுருக்கானுங்க தெரியுமா? அத பாரு, ரச்சின் ரவீந்திராவை இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பர்சியூ பண்ணி ட்ரை பண்ணியிருந்தா கூட மேபி வந்திருக்கலாம். ஏன்னா சிஎஸ்கே at a point if they're not getting Ravindra, they would anyway leave it because they were trying for Darren Mitchell so hard. So ரச்சின் ரவீந்திராவை இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் பர்சியூ பண்ணி எடுத்திருந்தா கூட நல்லா இருந்திருக்கும்டா. அவனையும் விட்டுட்டானுங்க. அஸ்மத்துல் ஓமர் சாயை விட்டானுங்கடா. என்னடா பண்றானுங்க அவனுங்க? அதுதான் வீடாக் சொன்ன மாதிரி இரு இது சொல்றேன் இரு இன்னும் இருக்கு. வீடாக் சொல்ற மாதிரி வந்து எனக்கு எப்பெல்லாம் ஹார்ட் அட்டாக் வரும்ன்ற எனக்கு எப்பெல்லாம் தோணுமோ அவன் கரெக்ட் பேரு கேட்டது அல்சாரி ஜோசப் லாக்கி ஃபெர்கசனுக்கு ஏய் லூசுடா இவனுங்க. அதுவும் எஸ்தே அளவுற புரியாதுடா. எனக்கு இன்னும் கூட இந்த கொஸ்டின் இன்னும் பதில் கிடைக்கல. அல்சாரி ஜோசப் எதுக்கு 11 crores வாங்கினாங்க
எனக்கே தெரியாதுடா. அது டேய் அவளோட பிளானிங் பார்த்தா டேய் பேசாம அந்த கர்நாடகாவோட நல்ல லோக்கல் டேலண்ட் வச்சு நல்ல குரூப் ஸ்கவுட்டிங் பண்ணிருக்கலாம்டா. அவள மிக்சர் திங்கு அல்சாரி ஜோசப் மேல 11 crores வாங்கியிருக்காடா. I mean, it's a waste of money, bro. I'll also say, bro, it's a waste of money, waste of investment.
இரு அதுவும் சொல்றேன். நம்ம இதேதான் திருப்பி சொல்றேன். நான் இன்னும் இந்த ரியல் இன்சிடென்ட்ஸே சொல்றேன். நானே ஏதோ இங்க ஆஸ்திரேலியால தான் ஏதோ சரி ரொம்ப நாளா பிரிஸ்பெயின்ல தான் இருக்கேன். நான் யூனிவர்சிட்டி அது இதுன்னு பிஸியா இருந்தேன். சரி ஒரு நாள் எங்கேயாவது ட்ரிப்பு போலாமேன்னு ஒரு கும்பலோட இங்க ஒரு சொசைட்டி இருக்கும். இங்க ஒரு கிளப் இருக்கும். இங்க யூனிவர்சிட்டி ஆஃப் குயின்ஸ்லாண்ட் கிளப், டிராவலர்ஸ் கிளப் மாதிரி. சரி இவனுங்களோட அப்படியே எங்கேயாவது ட்ரிப்பு ஏதோ வந்தது. சரி போலாமேன்னு போனேன். அங்க போனா அங்க 4-5 நல்ல டை ஹார்ட் ஆர்சிபி ஃபேன்ஸ். உனக்கும் எனக்கும் தெரியும். சரியான வடிகட்டின முட்டாள் மாதிரி வந்துட்டு ஐபிஎல் ஜெயிக்காட்டியும் பரவாயில்லடா, எங்களுக்கு கல்ச்சர் இருக்கு, ஃபேன் பேஸ் இருக்கு, ஆர்சிபி ஈசாலா கப்பு நம்புதே அப்படின்னு. அதுக்கப்புறம் நான் சொன்னேன் ஒன்னும் இல்ல, ஷுவர் ஷாட் ஆர்சிபி 280 அந்த மாதிரி அடிச்சாதான் மேட்ச் ஜெயிக்க முடியும் அப்படின்னு சொன்னேன். ஏன்னா பேட்டிங் அவ்வளவுதான் ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருக்கு, பவுலிங் படு மட்டமா இருக்குன்னு நான் சொன்னேன். அவனுக்கு என்னடானா அதெல்லாம் கேட்க வேண்டாம், அதெல்லாம் எனக்கு தெரியாது, ஆர்சிபி கப்பு ஜெயிக்கலாம் சான்ஸ் இருக்கு, கல்ச்சர் ஃபேன் பேஸ் விராட் கோலி அப்படி இப்படின்னு. இதே தான்டா நான் வந்து மெயினா இந்த ஆர்சிபி ஃபேன்ஸ் வந்து இந்த ட்ரோலு இன்டர்நெட் டெலிவிஷன்ல தான் இந்த மாதிரி தான் நான் நிறைய பார்த்திருக்கேன். ஆனா ரியலா இப்பதான்டா நேர்லயே இந்த மாதிரி பாக்குறேன். வடிகட்டின முட்டாளா இருக்கானுங்கடா. ஒரு என்னன்னு ஒண்ணும் தெரியாம எதை கேட்டா வந்து இந்த வந்து ஸ்டார் பிளேயர்ஸ் இந்த மாதிரி பேண்ட் வேகன்னு இருப்பாங்க, இல்லாட்டி ஃபேனு தான் பேர். எதுக்கு ஃபேனுனா வந்து கிரிக்கெட் டீம் அப்படி இல்ல, வெறும் அந்த ஐகான் பிளேயர்ஸ் இருக்கிறதுனால தான் வந்து அந்த மாதிரி வரானுங்கன்ற மாதிரி இருக்கும் சில சமயம். இந்த மாதிரி ஏதோ ஒன்று ஐ குட் டிஸ்கிரைப் இட் ப்ராப்பர்லி, பட் இன் வெரி சிம்பிள் வே டு சே எல்லாம் வடிகட்டணும் முட்டாளா இருக்கானுங்க இவனுங்கெல்லாம் வந்து என்னன்னே தெரியாம ஆர்சிபி ஈசால கப்புனு ஆனா போங்கடா டேய், நீங்க இப்படியே இருங்க, இப்படியே கப்பு இன்னும் பல வருஷம் ஆகும், அப்படியும் கப்பு ஜெயிக்கிறது டவுட் தான். இந்த வருஷம் எல்லாம் கேட்காதுடா ஆர்சிபி நிலைமை எல்லாம். நானு லாஸ்ட் பிளேஸ் வந்தாலும் ஆச்சரியப்பட வேண்டிய விஷயம் இல்ல.
Bro, I must be with the fans of the most. the fans are the worst, bro. RCB fans, such a probably the most delusional fans you'll ever get, bro. Yes, bro, loyalty irke ella irukku. No, okay, no problem. You guys are very popular in Instagram, social media, everything. That is what you guys focus on. You guys focus on marketing, branding, in everything. Yet the fans are so delusional that Isala Cup number, Isala Cup number, Isala Cup number, bro. Like, bro, how long are you going to say this dialogue, bro? You have no title to fire to argue with. Even I can just say, bro, I got 5 titles. Not even that. Even a KKR fan or even a GT fan will say, we got 1 title. What does RCB fan has got,
KKR
bro? You tell me.
KKR 2 titles. Gujarat 2
Exactly.
seasons தாண்டா விளையாடுனாங்க. 2 seasons தாண்டா franchise ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கு. They already won a title.
Exactly, bro. And these RCB fans, they're just saying that we got loyalty, we have Virat Kohli, we have the highest score, bro. You got the lowest score also, bro. And the same low score bowling lineup also you got in the same next year also. That also failed you. Shame on the fans, bro. Shame on the fans. And bro, I seriously, man, I really feel for Virat Kohli, bro. I really feel for him, bro. That guy, poor man, has given everything for this franchise, man. This guy doesn't deserve to be in this franchise. I'll be honest with you. The only thing he's not, I know and I know for the fact that he will never leave this franchise at all. He will never leave this franchise at all. He has so much loyalty towards his fans, but bro, if there's one thing I like to see is RCB win an IPL just for Virat Kohli, man. That guy deserves an
Of
IPL.
course.
He's given everything, man.
Yeah. Even I thought the same for ABD as well, but unfortunately,
ABD,
he's not.
yes. Yeah.
But anyway,
Exactly, bro.
we don't need to go too much. Anyway, ரொம்ப டீப்பா போயாச்சு. சரி, ஆர்சிபியை நம்ம நோண்டிட்டோம். இன்னும் இந்த சீசன் நிறைய நோண்டுவோம்டா, கவலைப்படாது. இன்னும் சான்ஸ் வரும். சான்ஸ் எல்லாம் எப்ப
Of
கிடைக்கிறதோ
course.
நோண்ட போறோம்.
Yeah, we'll do it, bro. Yeah, we have more chance.
See,
And predict.
See, the thing is that even when they've had like very poor seasons, அப்ப கூட வந்து I don't roll a lot. I don't, pull the, அப்ப கூட I don't roll them a lot. That's because, see, it's a bad season overall, so it's like, okay, maybe I might do here or there. அப்பப்ப கொஞ்சம் கலாய்க்கிறது அதெல்லாம் உண்டுதான். But whenever I feel so satisfied is that when they hype so much, they feel they play well actually. As a matter of fact, they play well actually. They have a good season. Playoffs வருவானுங்கடா. ஹைப் பயங்கரமா இருக்கும். அப்படியே ஈசால கப்பனமதே அப்படியே அடிச்சு பின்னிக்கிட்டு இருப்பானுங்க. அப்புறம் பார்த்தா சிஎஸ்கே கலைக்க வேண்டியது. கண்ணன் தேவை டீ பொடி, சிஎஸ்கே புடி பொடி, புடி 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 புடின்னு அப்படியே வந்து சூனியா வைக்க வேண்டியது. எல்லாம் போனவானுங்கடா. ஆனா எலிமினேட்டரு, இந்த பிளே ஆஃப்ஸ்ல, இந்த குவாலிஃபயர்ல எல்லாம் தோத்துட்டு வீட்டுக்கு போவானுங்க பாரு. அப்போ தெரியும்டா. அப்பதான் இருக்கிற காத்து, அது பெரிய ஜெயண்ட் பலூன்ல அவ்வளவு காத்து இருக்கும். ஒரு பஞ்சர், சின்ன பஞ்சர் கொடுத்து அப்படியே புஷ்ன்னு காத்து போகும் பாத்தியா? அப்போதாண்டா எனக்கு அந்த ஆனந்தமே வரும். ஆஹா, இப்ப பேசுங்கடா வாய். ஈசால கப்பு நம்மதேன்னு சொல்லிக்கிட்டு இருப்பியே, இப்ப வாங்கடா, எங்க இருக்கீங்கடா அப்படின்ற மாதிரி அந்த ஆனந்தம் வரும் பாரு எனக்கு. அப்படின்னு இருக்கும். அதுதான்டா அதுதான்டா எப்பவுமே வந்து ப்ரெஷர் சிச்சுவேஷனு. எனக்கு எப்பவுமே வந்து இந்த பிக்கஸ்ட் திங் தட் அந்த ஹைலைட் ஒரு ஹால்மார்க்குன்னு நான் சொல்லணும்னா, ஃபார் லேக் ஆஃப் அ பெட்டர் டேர்ம், இட்ஸ் நாட் பிகாஸ் தேர் பேட் bowling அட்டாக், அதெல்லாம் கூட இல்ல. எனக்கு அதெல்லாம் பேட்டிங் ஸ்ட்ராங்கா இருக்கு, நான் அதெல்லாம் கூட விட்டுடுவேன்டா. ஆனா விளையாட வேண்டிய நேரத்துல அந்த பேட்டிங்ன்றியே, அடிக்க வேண்டிய மேட்ச்ல கோட்டை விட்டுட்டு வருவானுங்க பாரு. அதுதான்டா அவனுங்களோட ட்ரேட்மார்க்கு. ஏன்னா அதெல்லாம் மத்தவனுங்கலாம் யாரும் சொல்ல மாட்டாங்க. ஆனா நான் சொல்லிட்டு தான் இருந்தேன் பல வருஷமா. உனக்கே தெரியும். நான் எத்தன தடவ சொல்லியிருக்கேன் இதெல்லாம். நிறைய இங்கிலீஷ்லயும் சொல்லியிருக்கேன், தமிழ்லயும் சொல்லியிருக்கேன். விளையாட வேண்டிய நேரத்துல, அதாவது உங்க டீம் வந்து அந்த ஸ்ட்ராங் பேட்டிங் லைனப் வந்து அந்த முக்கியமான மேட்ச்ல ஆடணும். அது பெரிய மேட்ச். ஃபைனலா இருந்தாலும் சரி, இல்ல பிளே ஆஃப்ஸா இருந்தாலும் சரி. எப்போ அவங்க வந்து அந்த கான்ட்ரிபியூஷன், அவங்களோட அந்த அந்த பேட்டிங் ப்ரவஸ், டேலண்ட் எப்ப தேவையோ அப்போ தரமாட்டானுங்கடா. அப்போ வந்து விளையாட மாட்டானுங்க. கோட்ட விட்டுட்டு அப்படியே வீட்டுக்கு வருவானுங்க. அப்படியே எல்லாம் முடிஞ்சுட்டு, ஐயோ இட் வாஸ் a நைஸ் சீசன் ப்ரோ. இதெல்லாம் நல்லா இருக்கு. எனிவே அன்பார்ச்சுனேட்லி வி குட்ன்ட் கெட் த்ரூ. டேய், எத்தனை வருஷமா இதை தாண்டா நீங்க சொல்லுவீங்க? டேய், எனக்கு அது கூட சரி, அது ஒண்ணு. அது ஒரு இஷ்யூ இருக்கு. இதை விட ஒரு பெரிய இஷ்யூ எனக்கு இன்னொன்னு இருக்கும் தெரியுமா? அது கண்டிப்பா நீ ஒத்துப்படா. நம்ம வந்து என்னதான் வந்து ஆர்சிபி நம்ம கலாய்க்கும் போது, டேய் விராட் கோலி எல்லாம் இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் கலைக்காதடா, அவன் இந்தியன் கேப்டன்டா. டேய், ஐபிஎல்ல கோட்டை விட்டுட்டு இதெல்லாம் நீ பேசக்கூடாது. ஐபிஎல் சீசன்ல ஐபிஎல் பத்தி பேசணும். நீ தேவை டேய் என்னதான் இருந்தாலும் விராட் கோலி இந்தியன் கேப்டன்டா அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் கலைக்க கூடாதுடா டேய். இருந்தாலும் விராட் கோலி மாதிரி வர முடியாது டேய் டேய் டேய். சும்மா வந்து தோத்துட்டு இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் நீங்க டைலாக் எல்லாம் விடக்கூடாது. இந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் எஸ்கேப் ஆக கூடாது. ஏன்னா நாங்க தான் வந்து நான் ரொம்ப தப்பு பண்றேன்டா நீ இதெல்லாம் நல்லா இல்ல தெரியுமா நான் இனிமே கூட பேச மாட்டேன் அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் இருப்பானுங்க. போய் போய்
கரெக்ட் ப்ரோ,
தொலைடா
கரெக்ட்
நீங்களா.
ப்ரோ.
சீரியஸாடா இதெல்லாம் வந்து என்ன பண்ணணும் எது என்ன சொல்றது ஒத்துக்க மாட்டானுங்க. அததான் சொல்றேன் ஒத்துக்க மாட்டானுங்கன்றேன். இந்த டீம் ஒழுங்கா விளையாடலன்னா கோட்டை விட்டுட்டானுங்கன்னு சொல்லிட்டு அதோட
ப்ரோ
விடணும்.
ப்ரோ ப்ரோ நான் ஒரே ஒரு
நம்மளாம்
வார்த்தை.
எத்தனை தடவை நம்மளாம் இப்பெல்லாம் இந்தியாலாம் தோக்கும் போதெல்லாம் நம்ம எல்லாம் என்ன சொல்லியிருக்கோம் இந்தியா டென்ட் பிளே வெல் இல்ல இந்தியாவர் அன்லக்கி அந்த மாதிரி ஏதாவது ஏதாவது வந்து நல்ல விதமா ஒரு நல்ல கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்டிவ் கிரிட்டிசிசமோட சொல்லுவோம். அதெல்லாம் விட்டு விட்டு வந்து டே என்ன தப்பு என்னடா இது அவங்க தப்பு பண்ணாங்க அவங்க வந்து ஒழுங்கா எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணலன்றது ஒத்துக்க மாட்டாங்க. சாரி
அதான்டா,
ஒத்துக்க
அதான்டா.
மாட்டானுங்கன்றேன். யா கோ
ஆமா.
அஹெட் கோ அஹெட்.
சி ப்ரோ, நான் வெறும் மூணு பேரு தான் சொல்ல போறேன். கேஎல் ராகுல், யுஸ்வேந்திர சஹல், அதுக்கப்புறம் ஷெயின் வாட்சன். அவெல்லாம் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணியிருக்கா வேற பிரான்சைஸ் வச்சு நல்லா பண்ணியிருக்கான். சிவம் துபே வேற ஆர்சிபி கூட ஃபர்ஸ்ட் என்ட்ரி வந்திருக்கா, சுதப்பி பண்ணியிருக்கான். அவெல்லாம் அவளோட டேலண்ட் குவென்டின் டீகாக் அவளோட டேலண்ட் வேற சரியான யூட்டிலைஸ் பண்ணவே இல்லடா. அவ வேற மும்பை இந்தியன்ஸ் வச்சு டாப் கிளாஸ் பிளேயர் விளையாடி இருக்காடா. சிவம் துபே ஆர்சிபில இருந்து ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணா, அதுக்கப்புறம் when he came to CSK bro, he's a game changer bro. That's the difference between CSK and RCB bro. They buy CSK buys CSK buy players according to the roles that they're given. RCB buys stars. They always like the shiny objects. They always like the shiny objects. CSK buys player according to the role and whether it fits the combination or not. That's all that matters. As if oh, they'll buy Mitchell Stark, bro. This auction, bro. They went for Pat Cummins to 20 crores, even though they have 23 crores for the in the wallet. They also went for Mitchell Stark also, bro. Pat Cummins and Mitchell Stark, bro. When they went for exorbitant amount, what? Like that, bro. Like there's no planning, no education, nothing like that. And look at CSK, bro. They have a proper strategy, proper planning in order to create a team. That is what RCB doesn't do that. So I mean, anyways, bro, we'll end this podcast here. We have said enough. It was a very emotional day as a CSK fan. Of course, you all know that Dhoni has resigned as a captain. RUTURAJ Gaikwad is taking over as a new captain, and this is a very weird thing. This is a very weird combination, bro. Faf du Plessis and RUTURAJ Gaikwad.
Half versus Gaikwad. It's going to be an interesting contest to say.
That is what I want to mention.
What's your prediction, bro? But what's your prediction?
Bro, what more can I say, bros? What more can I say? CSK should win. அதுக்கு மேல என்ன சொல்றது?
For me, it's not CSK win, it's CSK domination. Complete destruction தான். Win கூட இல்ல. பொட்டலம், மகா பொட்டலம்.
மகா பொட்டலம், bro. That is there. To die down the WPL win, with all respect to the women's team, I respect them because what they have done is amazing. To die down that hype is something I like to see. That the hype which the fans created is something I want them. I was scared to beat them and crush them to the pieces that they'll come back to the default mode of that the delusional fans. I want to see that. With that being said, that
I mean, even though it's only the first match, I don't know whether that will completely tell how the season will go because it can turn around. But yeah. அதுதான் சொல்ல வேண்டியது என்ன இருக்கு மகா பொட்டலம் நடக்கும். அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்துட்டு எல்லாம் வந்து என்ன சொல்றது எல்லாம் பண்ணுவானுங்கடா எல்லாம் ஏதோ எனிவே இட்ஸ் ஆல்ரெடி சொல்ல வேண்டியதெல்லாம் திருப்பி திருப்பி சொல்லிட்டு தான் இருப்பேன் நானு. இன்னும் இந்த சீசன் வரும், இன்னும் இருக்கு பார்க்கலாம். இப்போ வந்து see if RCB have a bad season, that's when I will not do a lot of trolling and all that. ஏன்னா அதுவும் நான் ஆல்ரெடி சொல்லிட்டேன் because it's not that funny. If they had a very bad season, it's not something to make that much fun of. it's like bad seasons like for everybody else. Even CSK had a very poor season. Even Mumbai Indians have had like some um
Four
a bunch of poor
seasons.
seasons. So அதனால வந்து it's not so funny when it happens like that. பட் அவனுங்க வந்து ஜெயிக்கும்போது ஹைப் பண்ணி அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து இருக்கிற காத்தெல்லாம் புஷ்ஷுன்னு இறங்குனதுக்கு அப்புறம் தான்டா அப்போதான்டா வந்து நம்ம எல்லாம் கேட்கலாம். அப்போதான் that is when we'll have the opportunity to at least tell what exactly their problem is. And
Exactly,
it's been there for so many
exactly.
years.
It's been there for so many. It's not an excuse. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But with that being said, that we
We'll
end
end it
this.
here.
We'll end it here. So thank you so much for tuning in, and please like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, because this is IPL season, and please make sure that you're going to get more and more content. So please share, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and see you. Take care. Bye bye. Good.